Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about constructor function. We will explain about the constructor function in JavaScript and how to use the constructor function and why we need to use the constructor function inside the JavaScript. So in the previous video we have talked about the objects, right? We have talked about how to create an object, how to add the properties to that object, remove the properties from the object, everything about the object, right? In this video we will discuss about the constructor function. Create an object in this case also, but before discussing about the constructor function, we will discuss why we need to use the constructor function inside the JavaScript. So I'm just reviewing the previous thing, that is creating an object using the literal notation, right? So here I am creating an object like first object, or it's just like object, and it will be name Dheeraj, age 28, everything. This is the way for creating an object. Now why we need constructor function inside the JavaScript? But before for explaining about this, we will go with an example. Let I have various users or various employees, right? So I need to define them, properties of them, right? So I have a first employee, and he has a name, that will be John. He has an age, that will be 28. He has a salary, and that will be D, right? So this way we can be able to define an object, and if we are going to print this object, first object, right? First object, first employee. Yes, this employee has been printed. Now we have I have already told you that we have multiple employees. So if we need to define the second object, properties of the second employee, then we have use create another object with the approx similar properties, that is that it contains the properties same, but it contains the same keys, but maybe with a different value, definitely with different values. So here suppose the second second employee is Serena, and her age is 30, and her salary will be 50k. Similar, same to the John salary, right? So if we are going to print the second employee, then we need to write like this: second employee. So what is wrong with this? Basically we are repeating the code. These lines of code is repeated each time. So that is not good. If we are writing the code and we are repeating the same code again and again, then we are just increasing the length of the code, right? So for that purpose, the constructor function comes in the picture. And how we can be able to resolve the problem using the constructor function? So for that purpose we are going to discuss about the constructor function. That is what is the constructor function, and how to declare the constructor function, how to create the constructor function, and how to call the constructor function, and how it will solve the problem of repeating the code while we are creating the objects, right? So for that purpose, we are at first going for the constructor function. So we have already discussed why we need to create the constructor function, because object has a problem. While we have to create the multiple objects with the similar properties, we need to repeat the code again and again. So this is the problem with while creating the object, right? So constructor function are like the regular function with the some convocation. That is while we are writing the constructor function, we need to focus on these points. Like the constructor function should have invoked, while we invoking the constructor function, we need to use the new keyword. We will discuss about that, and we will also see with an example. And the name of this constructor function always write in the CamelCase. And if we have a starting letter will be always in the uppercase. Like if we have an employee, then the constructor function starts with e caps with the employee word, right? And this function should not have explicit return value. These do not return anything, but these are only print the just creating the objects for using that values, right? So at first we are going for creating the constructor function. How to create constructor function? According to the definition we have read about, for creating the constructor function we have used the CamelCase and starting with the uppercase letter. So if we have employee, then we will write like this. And here employee has a name, employee has an age, and employee has a salary. We have taken all the properties from the objects that we are previously discussed, that the employee has a name, employee has an age, and employee has a salary, right? Now inside the constructor function, to access these properties, we use like this keyword, and we write this dot name equal to name, right? This dot age equal to age, and third one, that is this dot salary equal to salary, right? This is the way for creating the constructor function. Now we need to use this and invoke that constructor function, not call the constructor function, invoked constructor function. How to invoke the constructor function? So for that purpose, I am creating an object first equal to new. For invoking the constructor function, we use the new keyword, and then after write the employee. And here we need to pass all three parameters. That is, the first one is the name. So I am passing here the name, that will be DO, and his age will be 29, and his salary will be 50k, right? And if we are going to print first, right? Yes, first, and the name will be DO, age will be 29, and salary will be 50k, right? If we have to create the second object, then we will write like this: new employee, and that will be the Nick, and his salary will be his age will be 30, and salary will be 80k. So I have not printed that, sorry for that. I'm just forgot to print that value. So I am writing here like this, right? This is printing the second value. So using the constructor function, we can be able to create the multiple object also without repeating the code again and again. Here we are not repeating the code. We are just invoking that function, and after invoking that function, we are creating our object. So this is all about the constructor function. Now, what will be happen if we not use we do not use the new keyword? So I am using creating the third object after using constructor function, and this will be endRew, and his will be 45 and his will be 7. Right now I am going to call this third object. I am printing that third. This is printing and defined. So if we do not use the new keyword, then we cannot be able to create the object properly, right? So this is the way for invoking the constructor function, right? So this is all about the constructor function, and in this video we have covered about why we need to use the constructor function, how to create the constructor function, how to invoke the constructor function, why we need to use new keyword while using the constructor function. So this is all about the today's video. In the next video we will come with some different topic. Till now, goodbye and thanks for watching. If you like the video, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.